Toronto Stevie Live Political Desk. Um, we're going down a one-way street of history, and it doesn't look good. Um, this past week in the Twin City, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the home of very cold weather. Um, every For the past week, the only story really that has dominated the headlines has been the shooting of Renee Good by an ICE agent. And like I said, it's a one-way street, and there's no going back. And you can't take it back. And so now that the person is dead, um, you're seeing Trump administration officials slandering this woman as brutally and ruthlessly as possible to try, because I think even they realize this ICE agent effed up royally. Um, if you see this video, actually, the first thought that crossed my mind when I watched this video was, does everybody here remember learning how to drive a car? Because when you learn how to drive a car, your instructor basically tells you, one of the first things the instructor tells you is that your car will go where your eyes are looking. And I think in this case, it certainly applies, because even after this woman was shot, the car that she was driving continued to go forward down the street. Now, one thing you'll notice from all these videos is that the car moved to the right, away from the ICE agents. Now, you got to ask yourself, why did the car move to the right, away from the ICE agents? And the answer is because that's probably where Renee Good was looking when she backed up her car, then turned the wheel to the right, and then was going to basically drive away from these officers when this one ICE agent decided to, one, step in front of the car and stop her, and when he couldn't do that, then fired 3 bullets, probably at point blank range, into her face. And the car continued to move to the right, down the street, away from the ICE agent. So when you watch this video, in the multiple videos, it becomes perfectly clear that, one, this woman had no intention whatsoever to run over the ICE agent, and then it certainly looked like, in a fight or flight decision, she decided to choose flight. She decided the best thing to do was to get as far away from these ICE agents as she possibly could by getting in her car and driving away. Some people will say she made a mistake because I think the ICE agent might have been trying to get her to get out of the car. But why? Why? Apparently, she had gotten her car out of the way so that these ICE agents, like a couple of cars, could go in front of her and go down the road. But this one ICE agent decided, oh no, she's got to get out of her car. What? There's a video that I posted, shared on X. CBS News did not show this video of this guy who was analyzing the video and basically pointed out all the mistakes the ICE agent made, including trying to get in front of the car and shooting the car that was going down the road and possibly putting other people's lives in danger. But the ICE agent didn't care all that much. But anyway, there was no intention of her trying to hit the ICE agent. She was trying to flee. She was trying to flight to get away from the ICE agent as much as possible. And of course, I think even the Trump administration officials realize this ICE agent screwed up, and they're calling her a domestic terrorist, which is just ridiculous. Trump administration officials like Kristi Noem just have no credibility whatsoever whenever they spew this kind of nonsense. But the reaction, very predictable indeed, that if you if you spread this nonsense that um, she was trying to run over the ICE agent, but then you watch the video, and like I said, the car's gonna go where your eyes are, and it certainly looked like with her wheels turned to the right, she was going onto the road away from the ICE agents. She was because now let's look at the other side of the argument. Let's look at the Trump administration's argument. Oh, she was trying to run over the officers. Well, you'll notice that even after she was dead, her car continued to move forward. So, if she was intending to run over the ICE agents, why wasn't her car moving to the left? Then, if towards the ICE agents? Answer: because she wasn't trying to run over the ICE agents. She was trying to flee. That's why she's not. Um, but you're gonna see a lot of these defenders of the ICE agent, Trump administration officials, even Republican politicians, Republican voters, and even people in Canada here are going to basically say the same thing. They're going to say, oh, she tried to run over the ICE agent with no evidence, no proof whatsoever. It's only their opinion. I'm pointing to the video. The video clearly shows that she was fleeing away from the ICE agents when she was shot. I don't know why anybody can look at that and conclude otherwise. If you can give me, and I invite anybody watching this video, give me a sound argument backed up by evidence that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this woman, Renee Good, was trying to run over an ICE agent. I don't think you can. I don't think it is at all possible. It is not possible to make such an argument based on the evidence that we've seen. And keep in mind, who was on the scene? Was Donald Trump there? J.D. Vance? Kristi Noem? Was any of those people there on the scene? No. The only evidence they have to go by is the same evidence that we're looking at, the same videos we're looking at. Now let's hear from the ICE agent himself who shot Renee Good. Let's have him tell his story and let him stand in front of a microphone and television cameras and explain how his life was in danger when the car was driving away from him even after Renee Good was dead. Explain that. Go in front of a television camera and explain that. You can't. The bottom line, you can't, because it didn't happen. And it's right there for everyone to see. So let me tell you, that's just my opinion. Again, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. But at least I'm looking at that video and I cannot see a shred of evidence which proves she was trying to run over an ICE agent. Basically, what it says to me is I'm guessing, speculating that she was probably afraid of these guys and thought the first thing that she had to do was get away from them. So that is why she put her car in reverse, turned her wheels to the right, and was basically starting to go down the road away from the ICE agents when the ICE agent decided to pull out his gun and shoot her in the face 3 times. There is just no conceivable way you could interpret that as an attack on an ICE agent, as trying to run them over. It is ridiculous. It is nonsense. And like I said, I invite anyone to present to me a strong counter argument backed by the same evidence that I'm looking at, which proves otherwise. This is Toronto Stevie Live. Like and subscribe. I'll keep doing these videos. I enjoy doing them, but this is clear to me. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a nice time. Good night.